The Bleeding Willow by Joshua G. Martin. A weeping willow appeared overnight, bleeding scarlet sap in the abandoned battlefields. Among the litter of armor and swords, it stood like a watchful angel. Charlotte discovered it while foraging for scraps to sell. She returned to the farm and told Pa. He said,
"Stay away from that devil's wart."
That night, Charlotte mustered the courage to investigate. She must know how it spawned. Up close, its branches spiraled oddly, with arms hanging down and curving up. She wondered what their purpose was. Scarlet sap oozed from gashes in the bark like ichor, tempting a creature to taste. Charlotte couldn't grasp how a tree grew overnight, in autumn no less, but she left that mystery for another day and returned home. She revisited the next night to find threads glowing under the branches like frozen rain, illuminating the battlefields. Upon closer inspection, the weeping willow was squirming with silkworms. They slurped the scarlet sap, fluid flowing from their bodies like heavy fog. They hung and wove threads into fabric, crafting a red dress before Charlotte's wide clover-green eyes. Such a vibrant, passionate color, only accessible to the wealthy and royal, was in her hands. She threw off her old rags and donned the dress. It didn't hug her body too much or hang too loosely. She ran to the farm to show Pa. He nearly choked on his stew when he saw it.
"Where did you find that?"
He gulped.
"Did you steal it?"
"The bleeding willow made it, Pa. Isn't it beautiful?" She meant to say weeping willow, but it was like the name crawled into her mind. Charlotte spun like a ballerina, the skirt glistening under candlelight.
"It's devilcraft. Burn it."
Pa slammed his fist on the table, spilling his stew. She stumbled, ceasing her dance.
"And stay away from that damn tree. Don't be fooled by its glamour."
Maybe Pa was right. Charlotte lacked any knowledge of the tree, but it wouldn't hurt to have nice things. The dress cost her nothing. She had worn the same rewashed hand-me-downs since her 16th birthday and didn't know how to sew like her late mother did. The next day, Charlotte took the scarlet dress into the town of Larnwick. The marketplace bustled like termites under a piece of rotting wood. Goods were recycled, and the leftover rations were split among the inhabitants based on family count. Everyone's attire was muted and dim. They didn't have much, even less after the war, but they got by. The smith's shop was open, accepting wood chips in exchange for food and simple tools. The furnace burned like a dragon's maw. Charlotte clutched the dress, its webbing seeping through her fingers. Thoughts of Ma fluttered in, like when she'd sewn clothes for Charlotte every season.
"What you got there, lass?"
asked the smithy. "Just this dress I made," she meant to say found, but the lie slithered out of her mouth. "It's flawed." The smithy ogled as if the dress were steel.
"I'll buy it. My wife always wanted a new dress. Immaculate needlework and a red colouring."
A firefly lit in Charlotte's mind. She had an idea. The bleeding willow awaited Charlotte's return, presenting a melange of scarlet clothes. It knew what she needed. The silkworm stitching continued as she unhooked the garments from their hooked branches, folding each. Pa would disapprove, but Charlotte believed that if she made enough money for the farm, even his rage would be soothed. The next day, in the town square, Charlotte sold scarlet clothes and accessories by the cartload. Each garb fitted its customer perfectly. They all praised her talent, and she accepted with a smile. Stock ran out, and she promised to deliver more the next day, sowing hope in the hearts of the townsfolk. So Charlotte returned to the Bleeding Willow. The silkworms weaved a miscellany of clothes non-stop. She picked a blouse off the tree. Its red threads shimmered. Charlotte observed intently. Pale faces flowed in the strings like fish in a river. Curious, she ripped the fabric, dissecting its layers. The tattered blouse released a cacophony of cries. Charlotte's bones shuddered. Those voices and sounds belonged to an old time. She tried to ignore the thought. That evening, Charlotte slept in scarlet pajamas she'd hidden from Pa. Silk to skin, foreign memories burrowed into her dreams like roots. Shouts of agony, sword clashing, and a battlefield drenched in blood. Charlotte awoke, irked to the core, tears welling. The bleeding Willow fed on the souls of the soldiers who fought to protect Larnwick. They were not hers to sell. Guilt coiled around her heart like a snake. She prayed all night long for their forgiveness and that they'd rest in peace. The next morning, the bleeding Willow bled no more. The branches hung bare. The silkworms fled. Hollow dead wood withered in the wind. Charlotte feared returning to her customers empty-handed, but she couldn't allow them to harass Pa, so she went to the marketplace alone, and they mobbed her in the town square, demanding their money back. The townsfolk held burgundy rags, spoils of the scarlet garments. The fabric was undone at the seams, showing their flawed tailoring.
"Can you repair our clothes?"
asked a man. Charlotte lowered her head. "I cannot." "We thought you were skilled," said a woman. "I'm sorry," Charlotte sniffled over tears. She remitted their money, her wealth distributed back to the people. Their wounded trust would take longer to heal. When Charlotte retreated to the farm, Pa confronted her.
"I went to chop down that tree, but it was gone."
Forever, hopefully. Relying on something she didn't understand had been truly foolish. Charlotte hung her head. Good. Pa grabbed her hand.
"These belong to your ma."
He gave her a pair of sewing needles and wool from his sheep.
"You don't need that damn tree."
A firefly lit in her mind. Charlotte wanted to learn how to make something herself this time.